I gotta learn to play with somebody else, man. You just getting too much scouting. I just gotta find some way to be willing to play with somebody else. I just don't see where that helps me. That's all it is. Just as long as I figure out what everything these guys can and can't do. You got some of your Spurrettes over there. You got damn Benelli. There she go right there. What's up, babe?
Thanks.
What you say, babe? The bear is upstairs. You also probably need to just call them and have them go ahead and switch it over. That's right, they got Steph Curry over there too. Shoot.
For NBA basketball on 2K Sports.
You don't get no minutes though, huh?
Clark Kellogg alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke.
Just listen at you. You said not tonight.
Home court advantage here at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Now Sacramento starting five.
I didn't realize I had the ball down there.
Lamore and Gay on the perimeter. Kufis out there with DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Rondo in at the one. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night, first game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
And he was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons.
Come on, man. Come on, Dash. Come on, man. You know better than
in the
that,
summer league, and the Lakers obviously had high.
Come on, man. You know I'll be guarding everybody. You know, come on, man.
Start of the rest of the ship kind of going.
Come on, man. That's not right, dude. That wasn't even right, dude. You know better than that. Come on, man.
Hey, Rondo.
6 on the shot clock. And McLemore kicks to Gay. And he overshot that one, missing.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The fifth metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft. He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now, here's Clarkson. No luck.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
Here's Russell. Offensive rebound. And stolen by Cousins. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Okay, so you go do that.
And finished off.
Showing off. Okay, that's cool.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And stolen by Kufis. Pushing it up.
Get out of here.
Blocked. Kobe the fast break opportunity. Koufis with the...
That was a good block.
His
Serious
touch
block.
has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
McLemore, no good. Lakers trailed by 5. And Bryant kicks to Russell. Kobe goes in. And you can count it
Weight
on the
room.
line with a chance to
Weight
make
room.
it 3.
Till Koufis did that.
Advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The
Man of
body
doofus.
control
I mean, man of
is essential
Koufis.
in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up,
I forgot about that watermelon today,
then
babe.
you
I
better
should have cut
be
the other
able to
one.
manufacture things in the air.
One shot. One shot.
You ought to see your face, boy. You like you're enjoying the heck out that watermelon, woman.
Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team.
Come on, man. 8 days. Come on, man. Yeah, why you do that? Why you put Rondo through that right there?
And once again, off the mark by
Now you're
Sacramento.
right for you to try that with him.
Russell with a wide open look. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And, you know, Rondo, a strange year shooting the ball last season. For a good stretch, he was shooting the same from the free throw line as he was.
He got that, but I was playing homeboy for that loop. Good one.
Excellent work there.
Let's
in
take our
transition.
time. All we got to do is take our time,
I
guys.
think
Run
it's
offense. We'll be
always
fine. Run
better
offense.
to
Come on,
go
run offense.
early in transition to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Russell passes to Randall. So he gets the whistle.
Run offense. We made offense on one time. That's the first offensive play. Let's run it.
Greg, you were talking about Rondo, and his shooting woes have been well documented. Clark, he tried to tap into Dirk's old shooting coach to help him out while in Dallas.
You know, a good portion of this might be mental at this point for Rondo. He is getting to the point in his career where I think it is what it is for him in regards to his shooting.
The first one falls. And some changes here for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Young comes in for Bryant. And it's Williams in for Jordan Clarkson. Sacramento also making some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Koufis. Bellinelli comes in for McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Collison kicks to Cauley Stein. Poked away. Break, the Lakers. Young with the ball. It's Gay on the wing. At the top of the key, Cousins. No good off the back of the rim.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Russell kicks to Williams. The kick out to Young. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Young's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Kentucky Wildcats right there.
Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, you know, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
The Lakers making a switch here. Sacraeus checked in, and a change for Sacramento. Caron Butler is checked in for Rudy Gay. Here's Russell. Sacre, good.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Collison with it. Williams picks him up. It's stolen by Bass. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Young with no one around. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made a
Oh, what? Oh, we had to float on
writer
purpose?
eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice.
I didn't know what the heck that was.
Los Angeles has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first.
That went right out of bounds.
Sacramento takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Some changes for Sacramento. Caspi comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Anderson in for Bellinelli. Here's Cauley Stein. Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question.
Oh, got tapped.
I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused, really for the first stretch of his career.
Back to Collison.
What?
The shot by Butler, nobody around. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Here's the three. Shot is no good.
He is
We just playing
really
YMCA
almost playing for the
basketball.
other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Anderson's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Williams can't get it to go. Here's Cauley Stein. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. The Kings have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. He's off on the first. The Kings making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Watch out, Luke.
Now off the inbound.
Try to run him inside the
And
alley-oop,
the
did
end of
you
the
get
first
there?
quarter. Kings lead by 6. And back with the start of the
No, you take the
second
guy,
quarter
you take
in
control of the
just
guy,
a
you
moment.
run towards the hoop, and then you push the alley-oop button. Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what
Okay,
we've
guys,
seen
let's
from
play. That
Sacramento
was
so
terrible
far,
basketball.
guys, what do you think?
I'm just
I
shooting,
like
jumping,
the
run
way
up and
they're
down the
getting out
court.
open floor, taking advantage
Run some offense.
of all those fast break chances here.
Curls.
early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Have you seen Bless, man? I ain't seen him in a while. Oh, they're Bless right there. There you go. I want to play some FIFA. You got some FIFA? Yeah. You say Bless, I just got downloaded. It's right here. Ain't nothing but a download away, shoot. Gotta change up the gadget. Ain't time for the league yet, Bless, man. I keep telling you. You gotta wait till they finish and get the rosters right, man.
Lakers trailed by 6. Lakers were awful in a lot
Right,
of
but you tell me
aspects
that,
last
yeah.
season. Their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home. And I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, there's a lot to be salty out in Laker land. So can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
On the court for Sacramento, we've got Rudy Gay. James Anderson is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Quincy Ace, and it's Kufis in at the center, filling out the middle. Sacramento making a switch here. McLemore is checked in.
Oh, come on.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Sacramento leading by 3.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the second worst mark in the NBA.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Clarkson dishes to Hibbert. Passes to Russell. Kobe with the screen on Gay. Kufis with the block. And oh, here we go. Gay's got it, the fast break.
Hey, Dad, I'm getting sick of you showboating,
And
Dad. I really am.
awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger.
Now, you know Kobe ain't gonna go put up with that. You know he not.
Not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, used to love to go up and jam like that.
Kufis the pass to Rondo. Dishes it to Kufis. Gay, that's a 2-pointer.
Beautiful shot.
Basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Lou Williams is checked in for Russell. And the Kings also making a change. Cousins is checked in.
See, that's right there. That's what I want back. I wasn't no need for that.
And that misses everything.
And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching
Flagrant.
situation.
Where the flagrant at, man? It's a chase down. He got a man.
And it
Come on,
turns
man.
out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise. So we'll see some free throws here.
I'm surprised Cousin is keeping his cool so far. They should have him going off. Last year, he was going off in that situation right there.
Greg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his
Yeah.
entire career.
Yeah.
He's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion
Oh,
and respect
Bengals?
for George Karl.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Well, I talked to Rex. Rex said he gonna try to throw me a bone. He gonna try to help us out. But we got the Cardinals without Ben. That's gonna be a problem already. So them boys put some
Hey guys,
points
the
up.
Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so
But
much
I
in
ain't say it was bad.
results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
No, the only problem is he's not seeing the whole field because like he missing Antonio Brown and our tight end. They ain't getting the ball at all.
Butler kicks to Bellinelli. To the middle. Cousins against Hibbert. And Hibbert with the block. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. And they'll keep possession. Takes the 13-footer. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person, Clark, stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team.
With the offense,
It'll be
come on.
interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Here's Clarkson. Sacramento making their last shot.
Oh, get in there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack.
Let's
all the
get
way
Cousins
over
out the
here
game.
where we
Let's
are.
work on that. Look at him being a perfect model teammate right now. He ain't complaining. Listen to his teammates.
They've set the first half tone by
I don't know if I like this new Cousins, man. I don't like this new Cousins. I want him to go off.
On their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
You understanding his role?
And the Lakers with some changes. Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle. And Nick Young is subbed in for Kobe. Then for the Kings, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in.
Boy, inbound the
for
ball.
Rudy
He was standing inbounds, man. What's
And
up with
Collison
that?
in for Rajon Rondo.
You saw that?
Now,
What the heck
here's
is that,
Collison.
man? You can't be doing that.
Caspi dishes to Bellinelli. They grab their own miss. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Nobody near Williams. Hits it from three-point range. Williams has got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs the new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
Pass to Caspi. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one.
Caspi got no business in there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
The Lakers with the ball. Sacramento making their last shot. Now here's Williams. Bellinelli is covering. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot is good. And it's 7
Where's the
points
score? That's
for
all he
Williams.
do. Street Lou.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the
I had you a
Kings.
couple
Their
times. I
last
said,
trip
man, I done had
was
him
in
3 times already. He
2006.
just shot.
And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
You don't want to learn that, man. You want to just stay away from
Big
that.
group substitution here for the Lakers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Sacre. Randall comes in for Brandon Bass. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Young. And it's Russell in for Clarkson. Now here's Collison. They set the pick. Kicks to Butler. Lets it go from deep.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit.
Bounce
After that
pass.
one
Well,
he
I'm
had
telling you, I'm
early.
learning to use it nowadays.
Several lead changes
It's huge.
going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Back and forth. I like what he said there. He brought me that cameo song. Back.
Following the score by Lou Williams. Over to the wing. Here is Caspi. He's defended by Randall. Sacramento again missing. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And there's the pass to Williams. Rebound by the Kings. Collison's got his 3rd rebound on the night. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Buries the jump shot. And the Kings lead by 1. Lakers shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused.
We ain't confused.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't.
Hit the vision, they look really good. They look a little bit confused.
Just aren't balling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
They didn't make they beat them taking people out like I said.
Kufis checked in for Crawley Stein.
What's the problem? What they gonna subs at? Still got world peace in there. This ain't the package you want for your last shot of calf for the quarter. Come on, man. Now that y'all confused.
And the Lakers call time here.
Yeah.
Both teams deciding to change
Two
it up.
timeouts.
Russell again. Rondo. Young sets a screen for Russell. And it's Hibbert in the corner. And stolen by Crawley Stein. And here we go. Gaines got it. The fast break chance. They get it back.
Hey, man.
And the first half comes to a close.
I tell you what happened when I inbound the ball. I'm trying to get a hold of D'Angelo Russell, but because of the play, he's running back through the lane. I had to grab and say, no. But you got to actually pull him back out of that play physically. And they don't listen at first. Good half. Dang, look at that shooting. I'm shooting 31%. You shooting 37%. That's some ugly basketball. Okay, we can straighten it up now. That's why I say I ain't running no plays or nothing. I'm just throwing the ball up in that first quarter. Better than that. Come on now.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go. Having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
Williams is playing great. 9 points and a steal. As tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
And Clark, he's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great
I was going to say, Rondo looked like he didn't want to shoot that. Good shot.
Juggernaut.
And, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is up there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Hibbert in the center position.
I saw that screen down there. I saw that screen. He was picking that back pick. I said, he's too busy occupied with Kobe.
Second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
And for Kobe Bryant, how difficult was last season? Starting out strong, even though the team, Greg, around him wasn't very good. But then everything, including Bryant, fell to pieces.
And when you're a competitor, the way this guy is a competitor, you can't stand to lose. So you push your body to the limit to avoid that. But what happens at age 36 when you've got the kind of miles that Kobe Bryant has, you just can't go it alone. That's why Kobe lasted only 35 games.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Kicks it out to Gay. Rondo passes to Cousins. And Foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Julius Randle picks
So I ain't gonna let you do my boy Randle one-on-one down there like that with that big monster right there. I ain't gonna
he's
happen.
clearly one of the more talented
Or you
and
come back
also
him up,
one
brother.
of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Darren Collison. He's checked in for Sacramento. We're talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control
Phil, come on,
that temper, and he
Randle, you
knows
better
it's
than that.
important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Randle. Here's Hibbert.
Say, homeboy trying to be like Lamar Odom.
On the boards, and
He handle the ball, he fair.
with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has
Faster.
never been a question mark.
Take it home with
He is
the
an
bank right there.
incredibly self-motivated player.
Lakers trail by 5. Shoots the 3. Russell, no good.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Get that out here, man.
On deep, McLemore. Russell kicks to Clarkson.
Why you say come on? What's the problem?
Poke loose.
Because I blocked because I'm making sure I block the shot. You said come on, man. Come on.
Sacramento making some changes. Quincy Acy's checked in.
I told you I'm playing all these dudes. I tried to tell you that, man.
Comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Anderson in for Ben McLemore.
No, he from Lower Marymount. He's from Lower Marymount.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Bryant.
That's where he's from,
Two free
A-Day, in
throws.
case
True
you didn't know.
contact on the shot.
And, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he passed the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
I'll be grabbing these guys. I'll be playing the defense, man. They let you do it, so shoot. Use it.
First free throw is good. For Kobe, that was him moving into the third spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
Catching up on the changes for Los
That's
Angeles.
bad. Couldn't do nothing about that, though.
Zachary, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randle. Young's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Williams in for Russell. Williams for 3. Sacramento leading by 7. Collison with it. Picked up by Bryant. And Anderson kicks to Kufis. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Y'all want to run the offense? Y'all want to lose the game? Come on, let's
They're
go.
doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
And Young, here we go. Sacre. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
A nice shot by Kufis.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Lou Williams won the Sixth-Man Award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly
What's up,
an
Slick?
explosive scorer, and that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line. And that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
And a world peace, he's checked in for Kobe. The Kings also at the sub. Cauley Stein's checked in. Kings leading now by 7. The drive by Collison. The Kings have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
World peace, good.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is. But he can heat up quickly as a scorer.
Good one.
That's the side.
Hey, right into that.
Jelly and butter on his toast.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Caspi dishes to Cauley Stein. Puts up the baby hook. Here's Collison. And Willie Cauley
homeboy
Stein
knocked
gets the
that on.
whistle that time.
Homeboy, Doc, come on,
That's his
AJ,
first
man.
foul.
Come on, man. We both professional. Ain't no reason for that, man.
Lakers trailed by 4. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams kicks to Bass. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
I told you, Dave, I'm playing everywhere, man. I'm playing it, dude.
As it goes out of bounds, the Kings retain possession. Caron Butler's checked in for Sacramento. Bellinelli comes in for James Anderson. Here's Cauley Stein. And a missed layup.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Shot's good by Williams.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Man, I tell you, partner, this has been some fun basketball, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. You better strap your seatbelt on here.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
Caspi for 3.
Challenge that bad boy, Dave. I'm
We're at the
everywhere.
end of the third, and we've still got a close one.
Good quarter.
Kings lead by 1.
Made that run I needed, though.
Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Kings leading. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Costa Koufis. And it's Rondo in at the point guard. Here's Russell. Koufis grabs the miss. Koufis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Everywhere.
Rebound collected by Clarkson. The drive by Russell. Good. That's 10 points for Kobe Bryant.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
It's tipped and stolen by Hibbert. Clarkson kicks to Randall. And stolen by Cousins. Russell with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Clarkson passes to Kobe. It's good from long range. And the Lakers lead by 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And it's Rondo penetrating. Here's
Get out here, Days. You ain't listening. I told you I'm there for that.
They recover it. McLemore, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Addition out to Randall. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
That free throw good from Randall.
And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that.
And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're rolling here with a 9-point run.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. And so Russell hits them both. Now the Sacramento Kings weren't exactly road toughened last season, but they did have Clarkson impressive stints.
Yeah, they were excellent in terms of scoring the ball. No problem at all putting up points. Their road defense was a different story.
Now here's Rondo. Lock at 6. Here's Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
Randall dishes to Russell. Hibbert kicks to Randall. Hibbert with the screen. Goes up off the pick. And Randall throws it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And as you mentioned with the Kings, they did shoot well on the road. Top 10 in the NBA in terms of road field goal percentage. And they actually shot threes better away from home as well. So the real question for them was on the defensive side of the ball.
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey guys, well George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
For three, Williams.
What's that about, AJ? You're good to go, man. Come on,
AJ. By Cousins. Here's Williams. Now, here is Russell. 5 to shoot. Rondo with the steal. Here's Gay. There's the killer two-handed slam.
We got a ball game now, fellas, no doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing after the steal and run out.
Yeah, and little sequences like that can change the complexion of a game. Suddenly, the pressure now on the team with the lead.
Williams passes to Hibbert. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Rondo dishes to Kufis. Got a hand on it, but they'll get another chance. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Russell. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
You got 2 of them down here. They're chilling.
And no good.
Oh, son of a biscuit. We needed that.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here is Williams. Pass to Randall. Shot clock at 6. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Randall's got 6 here in this quarter.
After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they finally started to find their stroke.
And amazing that they hold the lead with how poorly they shot in the first half, but they've defended at a high level and remain in control.
Here's Hibbert, and he banks in the layup. And now it's a 12-point Laker lead.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now here's Gay. And he gets it to go.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here is Williams. Hibbert inside. Defended by Kufis. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First one falls for him.
Like there's some fresh bodies in here.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're up by 11. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter.
Look at that referee right there. He might be a real referee. You see that guy's face 8 days? Yeah, he been scanned. Dude, it's a real deal. I didn't get cold in there. Son of a biscuit. I forgot it was a 20-second timeout. That's what happened.
And Hibbert hits them both.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with a wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Poked away. Randall kicks to Williams. Feeds to Hibbert. The jump hook. And the Lakers with another miss. Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, Days. That's some adjustments. You got to make them adjustments, brother.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Change that offensive.
By 14. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I tell you what happened. There's a couple of Kings over there celebrating early. I think the Lakers ain't like it.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Kobe's checked in for world peace, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Lou Williams.
They said never. That's the heart of ex-champion.
For three. Outside Russell. AC with the rebound.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Hibbert kicks to Kobe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the Lakers lead by 16.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about.
I flew off that basketball days. I'll take it from you.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game.
Man, I love
away.
this game's
They were the
defense.
better
They let you
basketball
play
team,
it.
Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Wait, what happened? Let me see what happened in the fourth. Let me see. I tell you what happened today. It's third quarter, first quarter, 31%, second quarter, 25%, third quarter, 50%, fourth quarter, 64%. I stopped playing that quickie jump shot basketball. Let me see. Damn, D'Angelo had one assist. Damn. Marcus only had 5 shots. I like that. He at work. We at work. Xbox Snap Twitch.